A new year means a new Pan That palette, and I'm so excited today because I'm going to be doing a dedicated Get Ready With Me with our newest addition to Pan That palette. So this is my 2025 Pan That palette. It is That's Taupe with a twist. It has a little bit of a blue moon twist in there. If you guys have been on my channel for a while, you will know I love blues. So today we're going to be playing around with this. I'm going to be doing a look with this. Now, some eagle-eyed people will already see we have a new pan in this already, which is amazing. This pan was already in the palette to start with, but I mean, we're about 6 days into the year and I already have hit a brand new pan, which I'm so excited for. I'm really hoping that that is like a good omen for this year, because Pan That palette last year, she wasn't great. She was not great. But this year it's going to be different. I've said that so many times, and this just proves it. So if you're into project panning, if you love Pan That palette, definitely like and subscribe, because I do updates every single month, and I'm really hoping that this can be done this year. That would be amazing. I also do lots of Get Ready With Me's. I also do reviews every now and then. So if that sounds good, also stick around. It would mean the world to me. I think 2025 is going to be a hell of a good year. I feel it in my bones. So definitely join our little family, because yeah, I'd love to have everyone in this little makeup cult that we've made in the nicest way possible. So even though this palette is quite neutral, I'm going to be mixing it, I think, with this palette. I don't know. I have a vision in mind. I don't know if it's going to go to plan. We'll see. But I need to clip my hair back first. You know what I really need to buy as well? This has been on my list to buy for literal years at this point. I need to buy a proper mic stand, because I mean, a little behind the scenes magic. It's currently on a plant pot. Yeah, this is my mic stand. So I need to buy a new one. So I'm going to start with my eyes first, just because this palette, I've noticed one shade in particular does have quite a lot of fallout. So I just want to be safe. Better safe than sorry. But I've been using this palette quite a lot. I've used it over my Christmas break at the end of 2024, and then I've had about a week to play around with it as well. And you know what? I'm really enjoying it, which is great news. I'm going to start with this shade Boa just to set the lid. I do like setting the lid. This shade I'm a little bit scared about, I can't lie, because I've used this over 50 times. And you can't really see any dip in it at all. So yeah, that one scares me quite a lot. But this is also going to be such a great palette for the office. And I also have started a teaching job. I did do a Get Ready With Me talking about that a few days ago. So I will update you, because I have in fact had my first day when I'm filming this. And I mean, it went pretty well, if I do say so myself. So I'm going to go in with Pebble Beach. This is so kick-uppy. Can you see that? I don't think pan will be too far off this. So if I can have 2 new pans by the first update, that would be amazing. That's my unofficial goal right now. But yeah, my teaching job, I have had my first day. I was so nervous. I've never taught before. And I was teaching dance. I'm a musical theatre teacher, which is crazy. I never thought I'd be a teacher. I never thought I'd be pursuing musical theatre again. I was a theatre actress for 3 years and then hated it by the end of it. So yeah, I did not expect to be a teacher, especially not in musical theatre. But here we are. It was a job. If you've seen the kind of video, the whole Get Ready With Me about it, you'll kind of know. But for those of you who haven't, I stumbled upon this job basically, and I applied for it. I didn't think too much about it because I didn't think I'd get it. And then suddenly I got it and I was given the job and I was like, oh. And I ended up going and I did it. I thought, you know what? Let's do it. And it went really well. There were some ups and downs. I made a kid cry, which I didn't really want to do on the first day, but here we go. But they're a really good group, and yeah, I'm really excited. I taught them the Wicked Loathing dance, you know, the da-da-da-da-da-da. You've seen it going around if you're a Wicked fan. So I taught them that, and they seemed really keen, which is great. And they're going to be doing a show on the West End in November, and I'm going to be choreographing it and casting it, and but I was so scared. I was so scared. I did wear this palette. Of course, I wore this shade instead of this shade, but I think I am going to really focus on this shade now, because if I can have, as I said, 2 pans by the first update, I'll be very, very happy. So yeah, I feel like this is looking really like used already. Like even this middle shade, it's got a pretty big dip in it, so I'm really happy about that. I'm going to go in with Constrictor. This is technically Bedrock, but like I've changed some of the shades around, so I don't really know how I'm going to name them going forward, but whatever, it's fine. I'm going to use this as a deepening shade on the outer corner. This is like kind of my everyday look, but I am going to be adding some, you know, bits and bobs at the end to make it a little more interesting. But yeah, we're just kind of, to start with, going to do my everyday look that I've been doing with this. And something that I noticed, which is really, really good, like I'm really happy about this. I did take this That's Taupe palette home with me over the Christmas break. And I also took a bunch of other palettes home with me, but I really gravitated towards this palette. And it's not because I was like, oh, I've got to get use on it, because that was something that I was really trying to avoid over my Christmas break. I didn't want to be project panning over that time. I wanted to just give myself a bit of a break, use whatever I wanted to use. And this was the palette that I was gravitating towards. So that makes me feel very happy. I feel like that is a really, really good start. I'm not like burnt out. I'm not like hating it. It's a really nice change from Modern Renaissance, which was my Pan That palette last year. I learned through Modern Renaissance I don't really like warm tones. So I mean, this is like perfect because it's a cool tone smoky palette, and I feel like these tones really suit me a lot more. So no more reds, thank God. Thank God. The kids, like, I did a dance battle and they didn't seem to like it. I think they're a bit too like cool for that, you know? I don't know, I enjoyed it. I had a teaching assistant with me, and like me and the teaching assistant were like going for it, like giving it welly. Like this dance battle was the battle to end all battles, and a lot of the kids just kind of like stood there awkwardly. So maybe I won't be doing a dance battle again, because I was like, please guys, oh my God, please, please just do it. I felt awful, but yeah, I won't be doing that again. But I mean, I think everyone enjoyed it. I think. Okay, so now continuing on with my everyday look theme, I'm going to go in with Snake Eyes, and this is the shade that I've been using a lot over the lid, and this is one that has a lot of fallout as well. I think this has a huge dip in it already. Like, I'm really proud of that, so I'm not complaining. So I'm going to pop that all over the lid, and this is a really nice, just like everyday shimmer. And I like it because it goes with both the shades Pebble Beach, which is slightly warmer, and Rocksteady, which is slightly cooler. It goes with both of them because it is quite neutral, so I'm really happy about that as well. I'm going to dust it up to the center a little bit, and then use my fluffy brush just to blend that shimmer a little bit. Okay, I've got a lot of fallout, and this is like my everyday look. I would normally stop here if I was just doing, you know, the going out and teaching or going to the office or whatever. But because this is a Get Ready With Me, and because it's my channel, I'm going to throw in a bit of colour. I'm going to go in with this shade. This is Starry Eyed from the Blue Moon. And I'm going to just pop this here on like the inner crease area. And I don't want it to be too in your face, but I definitely want you to kind of be able to see it there in the inner part. I really, really love taupe and blue together. I think they work so well. So if you're looking for like a colour combo, definitely try taupe and blue. And again, I'm just going to do the same on the other eye. And I am blending it up almost into the brow, but not too far up. Like this, you can see. So that's kind of what we're looking like. Then I'm going to take the shade Lumi, which is in the shade Place of Python. I don't know, what do you think? Should I name them the names that they're labelled in the palette, or should I name them what they actually are? Because I don't know, let me know down below, which is going to be less confusing. I'm going to pop that just up where we popped that blue. Here we go, and blending it out. So we're still keeping that shimmer. Here we go. I'm just making things up as I go along right now. Okay. Kind of cool, right? Kind of. So now I'm going to switch palettes because I mean contrasting color stories. I'm like a broken record. But now I'm going to move on to a palette that I actually pulled in my everyday makeup drawer series, and this is my Colourpop Main Squeeze palette. This is a red palette, so red and blue go together so well. And I'm going to do a winged eyeshadow with this. So I'm going to go with the deepest shade red bottoms. I do have a pan in this already, which is great. And I'm just going to hope for the best, hope and pray, because I'm going to do a red wing. I don't know, I just thought it'd be interesting. Add something a little bit different to this look, hopefully. Who knows? Maybe it could be a disaster. I don't know. What do you think? I think it goes, kind of. It's something a little bit different, but you know what? I quite like it. I always like something a little bit different, so yeah, I'm happy with that. Okay, this wing wasn't the cleanest, but we will clean it up. It's one of the reasons why I did decide to do my eyes first, just because I can clean up that wing. Here we go. Something, yeah, a little bit different, but I think it's kind of cool. That's what I really interested about with the That's Taupe, is I can kind of have a base with the That's Taupe and then kind of fluff it up a bit. Okay, I don't really know how it's happened, but I just tried to wipe my face. And now I've got glitter everywhere, so there must have been glitter on this cloth. So we're gonna move on. We're gonna just hope for the best and pretend that it's not there, okay? Okay. So I'm actually a little bit scared about this foundation. This was one that I did roll into my everyday makeup drawer as well. So we're gonna kind of do that kind of theme today. I wanna use the things that I pulled in that video. So if you haven't seen that video, go and check it out. But this is one that scares me because I pulled it in because I don't think I like it and I want to get a proper understanding of it. So yeah, this base routine might be a little bit not great. But this is the Revolution IRL Skin Foundation and I think this looks so thick and cakey and it emphasizes every single fine line that I have and even fine lines I didn't even know I had. I know a lot of you guys have said the same thing, so we'll see. We'll see. Even this, it looks like a thick mousse. And yeah, it's not filtering anything, really. It's just making a thick gloop on my face. I don't even know. Yeah, it is like a mousse formula. And it's just so thick. So I'm gonna do that. Okay, I'm already not having a good time. I'm gonna use not as dense of a brush to try and like blend it in nicer. I don't really know. The colour's fine. Normally I have quite good luck with Revolution base products and foundations, but this one, no, no. I don't really know why they marketed it as like a filter because I've never seen a filter that makes you look worse than you are. I thought the whole point of a filter was to make you look better and like younger and fresher. This makes me look old, so we'll see. We'll see. I have used this a few times. This did survive my recent declutter series just because I think this is one of my newest foundations, so I don't want to get rid of it without really making sure that I don't like it. It's my forehead that I'm really going to be judging, and I'm really just making sure to take my time with this because I don't want it just caking and clinging to my skin. And then just to be safe, I'm going in with a beauty blender as well. This is what I normally like to do. I like to put it on with a brush and then just take up any excess, especially with this one because again, it's so thick. I'm going to take more time than usual just because I want to make sure. Okay, so now I know I've given it every possible opportunity to work well. So we'll see. Right now it's not looking too bad. It's not doing much for my dry skin, but it's not awful. So we'll see how it goes. So the concealer that I pulled in my everyday makeup drawer series was one that I've not really used that much recently. This is my Nabla Close-Up Concealer, and I bought this at the end of 2024, I think, so it is one of my newer products, but I just want to use it, really get to know it, and make sure that it's not neglected. I feel like with my base products, it's quite easy to rotate them, so I definitely don't want them being neglected. I'm going to pop this on. I think something that scares me about this is that it does have quite a yellow undertone. So it doesn't work with every single foundation that I own, but you know what? It'll be fine. Once it's blended out, you really can't see much, but I feel like I've got in my head about it, and that's why I don't use it. But I mean, the formula is great. I like everything else. I just really hope that it doesn't make this foundation really, really thick, because I really don't want that. And I'm just going underneath here, and I'm using this to sharpen that wing as well, just to make sure that it's not like feathered out anywhere. I don't really know if it's my skin or the products, but I am looking a bit dry. We did have snow recently, so it is very, very cold and it is having an effect on my skin, but I don't know, yeah, it looks quite dry. Like if I zoom you guys in, I'm not sure if you're going to be able to see, kind of around here, it's looking a little bit like not great, not smooth. It's looking not the best. But again, that could just be my skin. I'm not too sure. Forehead's looking okay. I am getting a little bit of breaking up here. Okay. Not the most flawless base in the world, but that's fine. I'm going to move on now. I'm going to keep blending my under eyes because I really don't want them to crease. But the powder that I'm going to use is my Trigwell powder. This is one that I would like to finish sometime this year. So I'm expecting this to go into a project pan quite soon, maybe at the end of the month. And I feel confident because I really like this product. Okay, that's just made everything look so much worse. It's almost like set the dryness. If you can see, I don't know if it will pick up, but it's like the dry flakes here, it's almost like set them down, which has made it worse. Like in the inner corner. This side's not too bad, but this side, okay. Again, is it the products or is it my skin? Who knows? Oh, too far. Yeah, I don't know what that is. So I'm gonna have to keep using these to see what is going on, because I did moisturize before I started, so I don't know what that is. The eye look was going so well, and then here we are. Oh, the base is giving me issues. I'm just hoping that once my like natural oils come through, it will kind of make everything look a little bit less dry. I will use setting spray as well, so hopefully we can save this. Hopefully. The base has not been great, so we're going to move on to cheeks. We're going to try and leave the base in the past. So the bronzer, I really love this bronzer so much. This is my Mitchell Bronze Pod, and I have the shade Almond Mom. This is one that I really fell in love with in 2024, and I really want to make sure that I use it consistently in 2025. I know a lot of people don't like the fact that this has a bit of shimmer in it, but for me, I really, really like that. Again, I've got dry skin, so a little bit of shimmer makes me look a little bit more alive, a little bit less dead and matte. But I can understand if you do have oily skin, this could be a little bit like of a no-go for you. What I will say is if you have a bronzer with a bit of shimmer in it, use a big fluffy brush. That way the shimmer is dispersed a little bit more and it's not concentrated in one place. It can be quite easy to get a bronzer that just looks like a really deep highlight, but if you kind of disperse it a little bit, you have a better chance of having it look more like a glow from within rather than a highlighter. That's what I use anyway. I know I really like this product, so I'm fine with this. And I'm being quite careful because that foundation, I don't want it to move. Like already my forehead is looking a little bit wrinkly. And I've had it on for about 20 minutes. I just really want the Revolution matte base to come back. Like, please, Revolution, please. That is my favourite foundation. I wore that yesterday, and I just love how it looks so much. Like, please, please. Don't ask for much, but I will ask for that over and over and over again until you listen. Okay, I really do like that. I knew I'd like that. I'm happy now. So for blush, should we do like a red tone blush to kind of tie in the wing? I don't know, I think that could be kind of cool. So I'm going to use my Odens Eye blush. This is in the shade Luminous Heat, and it is like an orangey red kind of blush. So I'm going to be really, really careful with it because obviously it's very pigmented and I am a pasty white ghost. So I'm really not going to use much. This actually isn't as pigmented as I first thought it would be. It is actually quite buildable. Having said that, I'm still quite scared of it. So I'm going to be very, very careful. I think this is just going to pull in that wing a little bit and make that red and warm tone pop, and also contrast the blue in the inner corner as well. I don't know, I'm just making things up as I go. I'm so happy that I got this in PR because I would never have bought this myself, but I've actually used it a lot. Like way more than I ever thought I would. And I think there's this kind of conception that red blush can't be used on like really pale skin tones, but I'm here to break that. I think I did put a little bit too much on though. Ooh, whoopsies. Okay, you know what? We're gonna stop there because that is a lot. That is a lot. There's a very fine line between like, just add a little bit more and ooh, that's a lot. So yeah, we're gonna stop because I'm bordering on that's a bit much. That's a bit much. But I mean, I love this so much. Like the matte blushes from Odens Eye. Beautiful. I love them. So pigmented, so gorgeous. So the highlight that I'm going to use today is again from my everyday makeup drawer. This actually was not from my everyday makeup drawer. So we're being a bit rebellious, but we're going back to that theme. This is my Nabla Skin Glazing. This was sent to me by my wonderful friend Marley, and I have really, really liked this. I can tell why she loves it because it is so blinding, but in a nice kind of subtle-ish way. I wouldn't call this like subtle, but it's not blinding like, whoa, that is like way too much. It's just the right amount of blinding, and it is like the perfect champagne kind of color as well. I really do like this. It's also very smooth, which is a nice thing. If you don't like glittery bits in your highlights, this is a really good one to go for because it is like, it's just a nice smooth formula. So I do really, really like that. So let's come back to the eyes. I'm going to take the liner brush and just bring that red down onto my lower lash line like this. So that's made more of like a bit of a smokier look. And then I'm going to go in with Pebble Beach again. Again, like that fallout is crazy. So I've got to be so careful with this. And I'm going to use this to blend it out. And I think it'd be a really good blend because they are both warmer tones. Okay. So this is what we're looking like. I'm going to run off camera, do my brows. The shades that I use in my brows are this. I just hit myself in the head. I always use this shade in my brows, so I'll do that. Do my lashes, and then we'll come back and we'll do lips together. So I will see you in 2 ticks. Okay, so it's all coming together very, very slowly. The brows and the lashes make it kind of look a little bit more complete. I always find that I like the look better when those 2 steps are done. But we've got one more step to do, which is lips. So we're going to continue with the theme of using things that I pulled in my Shop My Stash Everyday Makeup Drawer series. So the lip liner that I'm going to use is Colourpop BFF2. This is more of a brownie reddy shade. And then I'm going to be using the Uhue lipstick. I don't really know what this is called. It doesn't have the name on it. But this will be linked down below, just like everything will be linked. So let's have a look. This is BFF2, right? Yes, BFF2. I did that from memory. I'm so good. Oh my god. So I'm hoping that this isn't too warm toned. But you know what? I've not even spoken that much. My smile lines are coming through already. My forehead lines are kind of coming through. Okay. I will show you up close in a second. We can get all like close and personal, but I really like this because it's one of those glossy sticks which I love. I want this trend to be around forever. Look how good that looks, and it's so comfortable as well. It is so so creamy and so glossy. It feels so nice. It is a little bit pink for my personal preference, but I still think it goes with this look. So, you know what time it is? Come here. I've noticed even here, like the top of my lip, just where like my lip naturally moves when I talk, is kind of getting a little bit like crusty already, like right below my nose. So, okay. Smile lines coming through. Coming through. Forehead, not too bad, but I'm gonna have to really, really look at those base products because not the best. But here we are. I wanted to do a dedicated Get Ready With Me with my new Pan That palette, really welcome it in to the new year. I'm really excited to get more progress on this. And I mean, every day the shade Pebble Beach is getting deeper and deeper and deeper because the kick up, I mean, you saw it in this video, is crazy. So it wouldn't surprise me if this is the first shade to be finished. I think I am going to really focus on that shade because I think it is quite an easy one. So yeah, that's my little game plan. What do you think? I really like doing, like, building a base with this and then adding onto it with different things. I think it's really, really fun. And that is what I did today, of course. So, what is your Pan That palette? Have you changed your Pan That palette? Are you not doing a Pan That palette? Let me know all your thoughts down below. I would love to read your comments. Again, don't forget to like and subscribe if you like this video, if you like my content. There is a lot more coming your way. As I said, I upload every single day, so there is a lot to miss out on. You know, that FOMO, you don't want to feel that. But this is it. Have an incredible day, guys, and I will see you tomorrow for a brand new video. Bye bye.